Hi everyone, I'm Victoria and I'm here today to talk about bust some myths around the menopause and talk about the truth behind food and your hormones and supplements. Hormones affect everything. So your mood, energy, focus, sleep, appetite, and how you respond to stress. So as women enter the perimenopause in their 40s, their hormones, so their estrogen and their progesterone, start to fluctuate. So you can have really high levels one minute and really low levels the next of both estrogen and progesterone. And that then leads to all of these symptoms that we get. So weight can creep on, sleep quality can dip, moods can fluctuate. But the good news is that nutrition and targeted supplements can really support you and reduce your symptoms. So I'm Victoria Malcolm and I'm a registered nutritional therapist, and I work with Wassen and Ethylmol. Ethylmol is fairly famous for its evening primrose oil and omega-3 supplements, and Wassen is a mineral supplement range. Both brands have got a strong research heritage and have been around for the last 40 years. So let's just talk about some common menopause myths. So these are the beliefs that many of us carry around during this life stage. That weight gain is inevitable, hot flushes, brain fog, and poor sleep are just things that we should all just live with, and that dieting is the only way to lose weight. But what I'm going to do is start to unpick these myths today. So what's the truth? Science tells us that food and lifestyle can significantly reduce your menopause symptoms. So nutrients like magnesium, omega-3 can support mood and hormones, and diets actually worsen all of your symptoms because they raise cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and they slow your metabolism. And sweeteners, marketed as healthy, can actually harm your gut bacteria, disrupt your appetite and metabolism via your gut microbiota. And I'm going to talk about all of these things in a little bit more detail. So let's just dig into the science a little bit about our women's hormones. So estrogen, I don't know whether anybody knows this, but estrogen supports your serotonin, which is our feel-good hormone, and progesterone supports GABA, which is our calming neurotransmitter. So when these are fluctuating, so you can have high estrogen one minute and low estrogen the next minute, and the same with progesterone during perimenopause, it's no wonder that we're getting all of these symptoms. So then when you start to enter menopause and your estrogen levels start to decline, your mood, sleep, focus, and everything can all suffer. So adding on top of that, chronic sleep and chronic stress and poor sleep, which then increase cortisol, that can make everything worse. So higher anxiety, hot flushes, make sleep worse, and then increase your belly fat because it makes you crave all the foods that you know you shouldn't really be eating the next day. But these are all normal parts of perimenopause and menopause, but food and supplements can really buffer the impact of these symptoms that they're getting at this life stage. So key nutrients can make a real big difference. So magnesium is really important for our nervous system. So it's really calming for our nervous system. It supports sleep and it can reduce our menopause symptoms. B vitamins support neurotransmitter function, and they give us energy. And omega-3s are anti-inflammatory and support our joint health and our brain health. And protein is really important because it's the building block of everything in our body. So it's the building block of our skin, it's the building block of all of our neurotransmitters, all of our hormones. So if we're not eating enough protein, then we're not fueling our body with what it needs to actually be able to make these hormones in the first place. And there's lots of evidence to show the role of magnesium within anxiety and perimenopause symptoms. So I'm going to talk about supplements in a minute, but I just want to talk about food first because everyone's really quick to reach for supplements. But actually, you can get all of these nutrients through your diet. So let's think of food first and then supplement in the gaps. So these nutrients that I've just been speaking about, magnesium, B vitamins, omega-3, and protein, they all come from everyday foods. So the foods that we're all eating, we might just need to prioritise the foods in these areas to reduce your symptoms. So more leafy greens, pumpkin seeds for your magnesium, and a little bit of dark chocolate every now and then is always good. B vitamins from eggs, from quinoa, brown rice, lentils, chickpeas, and avocado. And omega-3 from oily fish, so eating more salmon, mackerel, anchovies, all provide omega-3 along with flaxseed and chia seed. And then, as I just said on the previous slide, enough getting enough protein at this lifestyle, this life stage is really fundamental. So trying to get like 30 grams of protein with each meal is kind of what I advise women to do. And the more variety and colour on your plate, the stronger your nutrient safety net. So if you can get your diet right first, that's a really good place to start before we start supplementing. Another area where it can make a real difference, adding to your diet are phytoestrogens. So these are found in soy foods, lentils, and chickpeas, and they can make a real difference to your menopause symptoms. They act as estrogen modulators. And what that means is that when your estrogen levels are high, they can block your estrogen receptor. So you don't get all of the highs of having high estrogen. But when your estrogen levels are low, they actually bind onto your estrogen receptor and block it. So and so you basically don't get the lows either. So they're a really good addition. So that because they're either mildly estrogenic or they're blocking that estrogen receptor. So moving on to supplements. So if you've got your diet right and you're still feeling like you need a little bit of support, then supplements are all about filling those gaps. So midlife can be a really busy and stressful time, and sometimes even like the best diets don't provide everything that the body needs. So these are the areas that, as a nutritional therapist, I would recommend if you did want to consider supplementing, that you could consider. So omega-3s are really important to support brain and hormone health, and they support your anxiety and your mood. Evening primrose oil is good for supporting the skin. A lot of people get dry and itchy skin during menopause and dry skin. And evening primrose oil, we've got, especially FMOL, we've got so much research on its role for dry skin and itchy skin. And there's a lot of research for evening primrose oil as well for a lot of pain conditions in menopause, so like breast pain, period pain, and things like that. Magnesium and B6, so that's really useful for to support with sleep and to calm the nervous system. Vitamin D and calcium for our bone health and muscle function. Iron and B12 for energy and fatigue. And also the phytoestrogens that I was talking about on the food slide, we can also get those as supplements to boost the levels of those in the body as well. So moving on to gut health now. There's so much information about gut health online, and it's really essential to menopause. This is because the fibre feeds our gut bacteria, which produce anti-inflammatory compounds that then support your mood because they've got a role in the levels of serotonin in your brain. And a healthy microbiome also helps to regulate our estrogen metabolism. And it helps to detox the excess estrogen. So at that point where we've got high estrogen, where it's fluctuating, it can help to detox that excess estrogen. Fibre also stabilises your blood sugar, reduces cravings, and energy crashes as well. But did you know that only 5% of the UK population actually eats enough fibre? So this is an area that everybody can get on board with, and it's really easy to get more fibre into your diet. So lentils, beans, oats, rye, berries, chia and flaxseed are all fantastic sources of fibre. And we need to be aiming for 25 to 30 grams of fibre a day. But it's really important, if you've got a low fibre diet at the moment, don't just start eating loads of fibre, because you might end up getting bloated because your body's not used to it. So you need to increase your fibre gradually and make sure you're drinking lots of water. So just gradually increase it and you should be fine. If I could leave you with anything, I would say eat more fibre. Fibre is a powerful medicine for hormones, weight and energy. So let's just talk a little bit about blood sugar. So blood sugar spikes cortisol. So we've talked about cortisol before. Cortisol is our stress hormone, and it makes all of our menopause symptoms worse. So it can worsen hot flushes, anxiety, and mood swings. So if we can stabilise our blood sugar, we're going to have better energy, mood, and sleep. And then how do we stabilise our blood sugar? Well, for one, fibre. Fibre stabilises your blood sugar, but also protein at every meal. So by having protein at every meal, fibre at every meal, and eating a colourful range of fruits and vegetables, you're going to be able to stabilise your blood sugar and reduce some of these cravings. And as you can see on the slide, this is confirmed by research. So there's a study here from 2021 that shows that stable blood sugar in women improves mood. So talk about Wassen to start off with. We've got two supplements here that I'm highlighting for menopause health. So magnesium OK is a combination of lots of different vitamins and minerals, but the main kind of ones to focus on are magnesium, and it's got that for mood and energy, and vitamin B6, which supports hormone balance. It's also got cognition with zinc and iron and lots of other nutrients within it. Then we've got magnesium B, which is more of a simple formula. It's mostly magnesium and B vitamins, really good for energy and anxiety and all of those things. So we've got evening primrose oil. We're the most researched evening primrose oil in the world. We sell this product globally, all around the world, and we've got so much research for its role in skin health, particularly dry, itchy skin, and also hormonal health. It's a mild phytoestrogen, so it has a similar effect on that, kind of blocking the estrogen receptor. And we've got active memory, which is a really high omega-3 supplement with ginkgo biloba and B vitamins to support memory. So just to finish off, we shouldn't just live with our menopause symptoms. We can actually, do a lot to support a lot of the symptoms we're getting by really focusing on our nutrition and and adding some supplements in as and where we need to. So nutrition is the golden thread that connects everything in our body. If we focus on our gut health, our fibre, and we have balanced meals, it can make all the difference to your menopause symptoms. So I don't know whether you noticed, but I haven't told you what to take out of your diet, because we don't believe in what you take out. Let's believe in all the good things that we can add in and focus on balance and not restriction. And supplements can fill the gap. Thank you very much.